Funny. Yes, it is. All right, so good morning, friends. Got 8 of you on there already. Man, you are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go. So we're going to do some stretching, some yoga. We're going to do some foam rolling to start with, and then you're also going to need your yoga strap. So I have today what's called a stretch out strap, so it's a little bit different. I actually think this is preferable to a yoga strap because it's already got these little loops all along the way. So depending on where you want to grab, where you want to put your foot, whatever, it's already kind of regulated for you, and you're not trying to mess around with that knot loop on the end of your yoga strap. So this is also in that wish list that I posted in the Facebook group, my Amazon wish list. If you can't find it, just text me or message me and I'll send it to you. But I'm just sort of collecting up a list of what I feel is important equipment for you to have in order to be able to fully participate in all of the classes that I do. I don't want anybody to be left out. And I think it is truly a worthwhile investment to get stuff like this. This is not that much. It was like $7, maybe $8, depending on which one you get. But I liked the color too. It's this nice teal green. Okay, so set that aside. Set your foam roller aside. I'm going to do one thing before we go down to the floor to do the foam rolling. And maybe you have this, maybe you don't. I've even talked about it before. But the stick, that's used as a massage tool for different muscles. You can also use this on the bottoms of your feet. So, great way to just loosen up the fascia, kind of get those feet nice and warmed up. Feels good. It's like a little bit of a foot massage. I was talking yesterday about going to the reflexology place as soon as we're able to do that. And anybody that wants to do that with me, and I believe Eve wants to go too, so we're going to both go, and we should just make a big party out of it and just all go and get our feet massaged. It's going to be wonderful. Anyhow, so this is just a great way to really warm up and loosen up the muscles on the underside of your foot and the fascia, and then I'll just do the other side. Just really warms them up. And it's that blood flowing. This one's not as hard. I have another one that's got spikes on it, but they're hard plastic spikes. This is a more of a rubbery, soft consistency, and it feels better under your feet than that massage bar that has the plastic hard spikes. So you can do that a little bit before you put your tennis shoes on before a workout or before you do yoga. And then with this spiky massage ball, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I wish y'all could be doing this. You got to get one of these, 2 of these. This is divine. It's almost as good as a foot massage, but not quite. So it feels wonderful. If your feet aren't happy, none of you is happy. It all starts at the base and the foundation of our bodies. And sometimes a lot of the pain in our body is rooted in the feet. So, you might have pain in your hip, in your knee, in your back, and the root of the pain could be exactly where you're feeling the pain, but oftentimes it's downstream or upstream. So you kind of got to look at the whole body as connected by this fascial tissue. All right, so that's a nice little massage there. And then just, of course, these balls I told you about that you can get at Dollar Tree that are soft and squishy. Okay, so let's begin, and I presume everybody can hear me, so thumbs up, somebody. When I say do thumbs up, I can see it kind of floating up on the right side of the screen, so I know that you can hear me. Okay, so we're going to do all that. We're going to squat at the end and just kind of finish off with a good squat sequence. So we're starting on the glutes. You can just set those hands behind you. Thank you for that thumbs up. I see it. And you're going to roll back and forth across the buttocks. And when you find that spot that's like, oh, I feel a knot, it feels tense, just hang out and breathe. So big inhale, breath. And then exhale it out. let's rock the knees from side to side. So you're just sort of moving across those glute muscle fibers laterally. That should feel good, especially if you've got some tension and soreness in those glutes. Good. You can come over to one side and maybe just roll back and forth across kind of the outer portion of your glutes there. Find that spot, hang out, whew, and then go to the other side. So just drop your knees over here and then back and forth across kind of that outer edge of your glutes. That's your glute medius. Not that you really care, but you know, could do a little anatomy lesson here and there, right? Never hurts. Well, we did do lower body yesterday, so might explain why these are sore. Anybody else sore from what we did yesterday? We did a lot of legs, a lot of hips. Okay, so from here, let's sit more in the middle of the mat. Bring that foam roller just above your waistband, so not right on your low back, because there's not like a whole lot of flesh usually to kind of pad and protect. You never want to be right on bone. So from here, lift the buttocks up, draw your abs in. You can either do hands behind the head or grab underneath. And let's just kind of rock and roll back and forth in a span about that long, that big, that tall, that high, maybe a foot. And just going right across those mid-back muscles. Should feel good. So you're kind of going right up to just maybe the base of your shoulder blades and then back down to just above your waistband. And as you're rolling along, you've probably already figured this out, but you start getting off track and crooked and like way far back. So every now and then just readjust your positioning there on your mat with your roller. Draw your abs in, let it be a little bit of a core workout here. You can tell it's challenging those abdominal muscles just to sustain that position up here in space. Good. Now let's go ahead and move on up to the upper back. You're going to bring the hands right behind your head. Roll up to almost the neck, not right on it, obviously. And then go across the shoulder blades, those traps, rhomboids, lats. And then roll back up. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly push with the legs to push back that way. And then again, inhale, breath, rolling forwards. This time as you exhale, can you kind of shimmy a little bit? So just like a little side winder, kind of angling from left to right there. And you're also feeling a wonderful stretch down that side body as you do that. Should feel good. So once you kind of know the basic principles of foam rolling, it's not rocket science, really. It's a matter of just being intuitive and trusting your intuition, and just if you feel like, oh, I need to kind of go this way and roll on that, it's probably right. I mean, we see animals do that all the time up against fences and trees and stuff. You know, they're scratching their back or trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, but you've seen those. So even animals kind of know what to do when they've got kind of an owie in their body or an issue somewhere. So once again, hands behind the head, and then the little shimmy, shimmy, side wind, back and forth. So what you should be feeling here when you're doing this, it's as if that foam roller kind of, it's called pin and spin. It kind of pins up into the muscle and fascia, and then as you twist, it's like it's doing this sort of circular pattern rotation and stretching and breaking up any adhesions in that spot. And it just should feel good. I mean, it's wonderful because you kind of get to be your own massage therapist here. You know exactly how much pressure, exactly where, how long, so on and so forth, and you're not having to communicate all of that like you would to a massage therapist, which is kind of, you know, you don't want to have to be constantly telling a massage therapist higher, lower, harder, softer, deeper, you know, it's just like, stop, keep going. You don't want to do all that. Here, you're in control. So let's go hamstring. So just drape your knees over, lift your hips up, and then roll up to the glutes, and then back to the knees. So just rolling forwards and back, right across those hammies. So right now my legs are together, toes are straight up. If I want to get a little more inner thigh, I can kind of open the legs up and then rotate in. So it's like I'm pigeon-toed, and then roll across those sort of inner hamstring muscles, back and forth. And then to get a little bit more on the outer, just kind of duck feet, first position, heels together, toes out, and then roll that way. So you're kind of going a little bit more on the outer portion of your hamstrings. Getting a little upper body strength training in as well, because you're having to hold yourself up. You can always just do one foot down, and that will help make it easier for your upper body, because this one leg is helping to sort of hold you up. Plus, you can do a little bit more internal and external rotation when you're going one leg at a time. So maybe give that a try for a couple of rolls. So a little more inner and then outer. Should feel good. Ay, 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 ay. Breathe. All right, so next is calves. So same deal, you can do both legs at the same time. A lot more work for your upper body, or do one leg at a time. But let's try and do about 10 passes. So we're gonna go from the ankles up to the backs of the knees, and then back to the ankles, behind the knees, and then just back and forth there. Little reverse plank, little Pilates yoga move there. Again, strength training for your upper body and your core. You could just simply sit and then just kind of roll the legs back and forth from left to right like that. So you're kind of rolling across those calf muscle fibers laterally, and then just kind of roll the roller up, and do it again. And I don't know if I've mentioned before, but this is absolutely the tightest area on my body. So this is where I would sometimes use a different roller. So I'm going to use my Rumble roller on the calves, just because mine are so tight. I feel like I need to just dig in with these little trigger point knobs. Hi, ay, 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 ay. Don't know why my calves are always so tight. They're naturally big, which is a genetic thing. You see people with skinny calves that are constantly doing heel raises in the gym, trying to build them up. And then here I am with big calf muscles trying to do nothing to shrink them, and it just doesn't work. And the people trying to build them up, regardless of how much weight, how much jump roping, they just still have thin little calf muscles, which of course I want, and then they want mine. So we need to just be happy with what we've got and what we've been given. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, let's flip over to the front and finish this up. So for the anterior tib, not going to use that. That's a little bit much. So I'm going to use the smoother roller and just come from just below the knees down to the ankles. So rolling right across that front muscle on the front of your shin. And again, when you are walking, which we do, all of us, all the time, every day, sometimes all day, you're picking up your toes like that. And so you're activating that anterior tibialis muscle on the front side of your shin. So it's a high endurance muscle, and it gets fatigued, so this probably feels good. Can you do a little shimmy? Kind of a little twisty here. Looks like you're doing a little salsa dance on your foam roller. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, then you're going to come onto your elbows for elbow plank. You're going to park that foam roller just above the knees, stretch your legs out, push to roll all the way up to the tops of your hips, and then pull with your arms to roll just above the knee. Never go on bone. You never want to put this foam roller directly on a joint or on a bone. Not good. It's called soft tissue therapy for a reason. You're just trying to address the soft tissues in the body, primarily your muscles. So if you bend your knees like this, you're stretching the quads, then you're doing the foam rolling across a stretched muscle, and that just kind of maximizes the impact here of what we're trying to do. So push the hips back and then pull the hips forwards. Let's go 2 more times, back and forth. 1 more. And then come right to the middle, and then just do a little bit of windshield wiper action with your legs where they flop from right to left. Ay, 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 back and forth, and you can kind of do that as you slowly roll a little bit forwards here, and then do it as you're rolling a little bit back. It's a great way to really address those tight, sore quadricep muscles. All right, so we won't do inner thigh and IT band today. We're just gonna go ahead and start in with our stretching. There's my handy rumble roller. So have your strap nearby, maybe just right there at the top of your mat. And let's come into extended child's pose. So the knees are out wide, toes touching in back. Walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Super straight arms, inhale, breath. And then on the exhale breath, push your sit bones back. Drop your head between the arms. And then just relax the head down towards the mat and breathe. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Imagine lengthening your spine and creating space in between each vertebrae. Again, big inhale breath, filling up your lungs. Long exhale breath out. Let your belly melt towards the mat. Once more, inhale breath. And then exhale it out. Good, now pressing down through the palms, lift up. Tuck your toes under and bring your knees together and round your spine. Look back towards your knees. Stay here and just drag your toes across the mat. So when you're doing that, you're feeling a wonderful stretch right where those toes connect in to your foot body, stretching your plantar fascia, the underside of your foot. Good, so keeping your toes curled under, lift your head up and then shift the shoulders forwards and come into plank. So top of a push-up here, nice straight body line. Try to, if you're kind of here and rounded, try to stretch the crown of your head to the front. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Send the sit bones up. Dive your head between the arms and then start to pedal it out here. So you shift the weight back and forth from one foot into the other. Big time stretch for calves and Achilles tendons. Good, both legs are straight. From here, drop down onto the forearms. Bring your hands together, dolphin stretch. Stay here for an inhale breath. And then exhale breath. Really push those sit bones up. Maybe shimmy the toes back a little bit. Next inhale breath. Float your right leg to the back and then up, up, up. However high you can go with your legs. So inhale there. And then exhale breath. Lower your foot down next to the left. And now the left leg goes up. Inhale breath. And then exhale breath, lower down. Once again, right leg goes up, inhale, breath. And then exhale, lower down. Super strong arms and shoulders here. One more time, left leg goes up, inhale. And then exhale, breath. Lower your foot down. Shimmy your toes back a bit farther. Let's come into elbow plank. So your gaze is out beyond your mat. Pull those abdominals in. Push your heels back. Crown of the head to the front. Inhale, breath there. And then exhale, breath. Lower the knees, uncurl your toes. Push your hips all the way back into extended child's pose. Alrighty, so come on up. We're gonna go into a 4-way stretch for the upper body. So if you've been in my classes before, which most of you have, you're pretty familiar with this, but I'm gonna start with the right side. So first what you're gonna do is push down real strong through your left arm, spread those fingers wide, take the right arm all the way out to the side and up, look at your hand, inhale. Exhale, breath. You're gonna thread the arm underneath so the palm is up, slide it across the floor, let your left elbow bend, let your right shoulder and right side of your head come to the mat. So let's press down with that left hand. Come back up once more. Straightening left arm, reaching right arm up. Look at your hand. Inhale. And then exhale. Scoop your belly in. Tuck your chin. Slide that hand across the mat. Now, if you want, you can stay right here or stretch your left arm up and turn your head to look up at your hand. Good. Float your left hand back down to the mat and then press down with the hand to lift up. Inhale. And then exhale. Slice the heel of your right hand across the mat diagonally to the top left corner. So keep this arm straight. Sink into your right shoulder. Go ahead and rest the side of your head on your arm. And even let that right hip drop down a little bit. So you're in this wonderful stretch across the lateral torso on your right. Good. Now push down with the left hand. Come up. Inhale. Exhale, one arm extended child's pose. So slide that right hand way out, slip the left hand under the elbow, and then drop your head down to the mat behind your forearm. Now imagine kind of suctioning your right hand into the mat like a gecko, and then push your hips even further back if you can without the hand sliding back. So really elongating all the muscles on the front side, specifically on the right from your hand to the hips. Good. Now slowly come back up. Place your left hand there. One more stretch. Inhale, breath. This time on the exhale, you're going to slide your right hand across to the right. Palm is down, but turn your head to look left. So as you drop that shoulder and the side of your head all the way down to the floor, this arm keeps reaching across and then a little push downwards with your left hand. So notice when you do that, the stretch that you feel across the chest and shoulders on the right. Big inhale, breath. And then exhale it out. Good. Now come back up, inhale, breath. And then exhale, just push back into extended child's pose stretch for one breath here. And then we'll do the other side. Big inhale, breath through your nose. And then exhale it out. Good. And then slowly come back up, lift your head, and then walk the hands so they're right underneath your shoulders here. So push down real strong through this right arm, spread those fingers super wide, float your left hand out to the side, and then open up your torso as much as you can to the left. Look up at your hand here, inhale. And then on the exhale breath, thread the arm underneath. So you're gonna just slide it across the floor, palm is up, shoulder comes down, side of your head to the floor. Give a little bit of a downwards push with that right hand. Good. Now slowly using that right hand push to come back up again. Let's do this once more. Inhale, reach this left arm up. Maybe you can even go farther back. And then exhale breath, scoop the belly in, tuck your chin, round that back, slide that left hand across all the way. Drop your left shoulder and the left side of your head to the floor. You can stay here or you can reach the right arm up, turn your head to look up at your hand so you get a little more torso rotation there. Think also about pressing the back of your left hand down into the floor as you do this. Stay for one breath, inhale. And then exhale breath. Bring that right hand back to the mat by your face and then press up. Inhale. Exhale, slice the heel of your hand across the mat diagonally to the top right. Keep that arm straight, Rest the side of your head on the arm and then sink that left shoulder down. Even drop this left hip downwards towards the mat. Use your right hand to give a little push to create more rotation. Stay here and breathe. Inhale. Exhale it out. Good, now come back up using that right hand to help push. Inhale. Exhale, one arm extended child's pose. So slide that hand out. Bring this hand underneath and then your forehead drops to the mat right behind your forearm. And again, imagine that your left hand is a gecko hand. So just sort of suction all your fingertip pads into that mat and then push your sit bones farther back if you can. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Wonderful. And then slowly come back up. Place your right hand there. Inhale. Exhale. Slide that left hand across the floor this way. So the palm is down, but turn your head to look to your right. And as you bend your right elbow and drop down, let the side of your head and the left shoulder come to the mat. Keep kind of walking those fingertips out. And then a little downwards push with your right hand. So just enough to feel a little more intense stretch across the shoulder and the chest muscles there on your left. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. And then slowly release. Come back up. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, walk the hands out to the top. Thumbs are touching there. And as you push the sit bones back, drop your elbows, flip the palms up now. Drop your head, and then as you bend the elbows, reach the fingertips down the base of the neck and beyond. And then give a little downwards push with your elbows into the mat. Deep stretch here for your triceps and lats. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Good, now release the hands back out. Flip the palms over. And then as you slowly come up, let's come into tabletop position and simply round your spine up. So suck that belly upwards and inwards, round your back. And then inhale, let your belly drop. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, look forwards. And then exhale, breath round. Inhale, breath, let your belly drop, head up. And then exhale, breath round. Squeeze your abdominals up and in, spread your shoulders, tuck that chin. Good, now tuck your toes under and back. Walk the hands out just a little bit farther. And then shift your shoulders forward, straighten your legs out. We are now planking. Inhale, breath here. On an exhale breath, sit bones up. And it's downward facing dog. Let's walk it out. So shift the weight back and forth from one foot to the other. Wonderful stretch. Good. So from here, what I want you to do is slowly walk your hands all the way back to your feet. So just kind of walk, 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 walk. Bring your feet about hip width apart. Soften the knees, so a little bit of a bend, and then just come into a upside down hang. So your arms can just be kind of dangling wherever, or you can grab your elbows and make a frame for your face. So here, be super loose and relaxed. I want you to swing it from right to left. So as you kind of bring your right chest over to the right thigh, I want you to open up your left arm and then come over to the left thigh with your left chest and then sort of reach the right arm out. Hope that makes sense, that cue. You're just sort of rotating your body in this upside down hang. So it just should feel good. You can just simply swing side to side or front to back. Just this little rotation creates an additional stretch for your lats. And this hanging upside down is always the dangerous place to lose a mic. All right, so settle in the center, release the hands down to the floor. On an inhale breath, you're gonna straighten the legs. So engage your quadriceps, slide your hands up the shin bones, lengthen your spine out that way, and just kind of gaze at the very end of the mat. Pull your abdominals in, shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, soft knees, relax, back into forward fold. So do that again, inhale breath, half lift, straight legs, hands slide up the shin bones. And then exhale breath, soft knees, forward fold. Now from here, bend your knees a lot. Keep your fingertips on the floor right in front of your toes. See if you can look at the end of the mat, and then from there, slow reverse swan dive, push all the way up to straight legs, inhale. Exhale breath, hands pull right through to heart center. How are we doing? Inhale breath, do it again. Inhale breath up to the top. Exhale breath, bring that head and chin and shoulders and chest back here. How about one more? Inhale breath up to the top we go. Exhale, hands pull right through to heart center. And let's go. Inhale breath up to the top. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. So you kind of push your hips back. You can soften the knees or keep them straight as you drop into the forward fold. Inhale breath, half lift, look forwards. Exhale, fold. Hand walk out into plank, top of a push-up. Inhale breath here. Exhale breath, push that right leg up into a three-leg dog. Inhale breath. Exhale breath, bend your knee and just lift the hips up. Set your foot right there in between your hands. So this is a nice lunge position. Feel free to drop your back knee down if you want to, but try to do it with a straight leg. What we're gonna do from here is open up your torso to the right. So reach that right arm up, look at your hand, inhale. And then exhale breath, float your hand back down to the mat. Now spin the back foot flat. Open up your body here to the left. Reach your left arm up, look up, inhale. And then exhale breath, back into lunge. Step back into downward facing dog. One breath here, inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, shift it into plank. And I want you to lift your left leg up here. Exhale, push up into three-leg dog with your left leg reaching up. Big inhale there. And then exhale, lift your hips, bend that knee, tuck it under, and then step right in between your hands for lunge. Once again, you can drop your back knee down and do all that, or keep your back leg straight. And here we go. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling, look up, inhale. And then exhale breath, float your hand down to the mat. That back foot spins flat, and then open up your body to the back. Right arm goes up, inhale, look up. And then exhale breath, bring your hand back down to the mat. From there, step back into downward facing dog. One breath, inhale. Exhale it out. Hand walk it back all the way into forward fold here. You can grab around your ankles and drop your head down. And then inhale, half lift, so gaze forwards at the end of the mat. And then exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Inhale all the way up to the top we go. Exhale, hands pull through to heart center. Here we go again. Inhale, breath, arms up. Exhale, flat back, forward fold, come down. Inhale, breath, half lift, look forwards. Exhale, fold. Hand walk it out to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, breath, lift your right leg up a little bit. Exhale, breath, up you go into three-leg dog. Open up that split. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, shift forwards with the shoulders, bend the knees, scoop your belly in, set your foot right there in between your hands, and now we come up into a crescent lunge. So the arms reach up over your head there. Big inhale breath. On an exhale breath, you're gonna hinge at the hips, leaning forwards, and then just float your arms to the back for airplane arms. So here, you're consciously pulling your shoulders back away from your ears. Good, now come back up with your chest, look forwards, inhale, arms stretch up. And then exhale, leaning forwards, super strong legs, steady balance. Float your arms to the back for airplane. Good, and then inhale up, one more crescent lunge. And then exhale, breath, hands to the mat, step back into downward facing dog. Sit bones up. So one nice long inhale breath here, inhale. Exhale. Shift into plank, top of a push-up. Float your left leg up a little bit, inhale breath. Exhale, breath. Send that leg up for three-leg dog. Big split there. Open it up. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, lift your hips up, shift forwards, bend the knee underneath, scoop your belly, and then step right there in between the hands. And then we come up into a crescent lunge. Arms reach up over your head. Crescent lunge, inhale, breath. On an exhale breath. So it's just this nice hinge at the hips, core engaged, back muscles strong, and then float your arms to the back for airplane arms there. Shoulders away from your ears. Come back up, inhale, reach. And then again, exhale, leaning forwards. Extend the arms to the back. And then last crescent lunge, inhale, reach those arms up. And then exhale, breath, hands to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. One breath here, inhale. And then exhale, breath. Bring your knees right up behind your wrists here. Cross your ankles. Push yourself back to a sit. And then extend the legs straight out in front. And then just kind of shake, shake, shake out. All right, so grab your strap. Maybe grab a sip of whatever you have to drink. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, too late. I already did it. Accidentally moved the music. Okay, so grab your strap. So if you just have a regular old-fashioned, I'm calling it old-fashioned now, old-fashioned, old-school yoga strap, get it, and just go around the bottoms of your feet. If you, by chance, have one of these, Charmaine, because I know you do, go around the bottoms of your feet like that. So then what you're going to do is just decide where you want to grab. So if you're pretty stiff and tight in the low back and hamstrings, you're going to, just grab wherever those arms are fully extended from an upright sit position. So I've got my super long monkey arms, so I'm almost already still touching my toes without having to even lean forwards. All right, so take an inhale breath, shoulders down, long spine. And then on an exhale breath, you're going to tuck the chin, you're going to draw the belly in. You're going to try your best to roll back, but of course you can't because you're holding on. And what I want you to feel is a fabulous stretch all across that upper back. So it's as if the shoulder blades are just spreading apart, all those muscle fibers just getting stretched out. Tuck that chin, scoop that belly, rotate your pelvis under. Good, now kind of pull with the arms to lift up, shoulders back and down, inhale. And then again, exhale, tuck your chin, scoop your belly, rotate your pelvis under like that, and then stretch your upper back as you try to lean back as far as you can. Good, now come back up, inhale, breath. And then exhale. This time you're gonna bend your elbows and pull your chest down, but do your best to try to keep your back straight so your gaze is kind of out in front right there. As you're pulling elbows towards your hips, kind of pushing your chest out, shoulders back and down. Inhale there. Then on the exhale breath, go ahead and just relax. You can let go and round forwards over your legs. Good, now slowly roll it up and then grab a hold once again, same spot, same area. Shoulders back and down, sit tall, inhale. And then exhale, draw the elbows back towards the hips, lunge the chest forwards first as best as you can with that nice flat, straight back. Then you can relax, let go, drop the head and chest over those thighs. Good, now slowly roll it up. All right, so take your feet out of your yoga stretch out strap or your yoga strap. And then if you do have a loop on the end, go ahead and put your foot through a loop over your right foot, So we're gonna scoot forwards just a little bit more. And then you're gonna take some of the band, some of the strap here, take an inhale. And then on the exhale breath, tuck the pelvis under, roll it down, 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 and then kick your right leg up and draw that leg in however far until you feel a nice stretch there in the hamstrings. So take an inhale breath, and as you do, start to push your foot down into the strap like you're trying to kick your leg away. And then exhale, relax, draw that leg closer in. So this is a little bit of that P&F technique I talked about last time, where we use a little bit of tension and contraction in the muscle, just a small contraction, and then you relax and the leg typically will come in further because it deactivates that stretch reflex mechanism. So let's do it one more time. Inhale breath, push, 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 push your foot down away from you. And then exhale breath, relax and draw that leg in, and then go ahead and extend that left leg down all the way straight there. And then just continue to stretch on that right leg. Good, now bending both knees, make a tight little ball, rock it side to side here. Good, and let's just switch. So set it over your left foot, step your right foot down, kick your left leg up, and then draw that leg in wherever you want to grab with your hands on that yoga strap or stretch out strap. And just bring it to the point where it feels like a very mild, gentle stretch, not like your maximum range of motion. So on a scale of 1 to 10, take it to about a 7 or an 8, wherever that is for you. So inhale, breath through the nose. Begin to push your foot this direction into the strap. You're kind of pulling back with that left arm. Resist, resist, resist. And then exhale, breath. Relax. Draw the leg back in. It should go a little bit farther. You should notice a pretty big difference just from a couple of these contract, relax cycles. So do it again. Inhale, breath, pushing into that strap with the bottom of your foot. Push, 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 push. Exhale, breath, relax, draw that leg in, should come in a little closer. One more time, inhale, breath, push that foot into the bottom of the strap, push, push, push. And then exhale, breath, draw the leg back in, and then once here, stretch that right leg down all the way straight across the floor. And just continue to stretch on those hamstrings. Good, now bending both knees, hug your shins, and then rock it side to side, back and forth. Good, now grab underneath, tuck your chin, rock and roll front to back a couple of times, and then roll it all the way up to sit. And then I want you to take the loop, the very end, and let's put it around your right foot. I want you to come over onto your left hip. I'm going to redo my mat a little bit here. Okay, so you're on your left hip. You got that strap around the right foot. So you're just kind of right now on your side like this. So I want you to, with your right hand, find where you want to grab. So not all the way to the foot, but maybe, if you had a stretch out strap, it would be like the second loop away. So what I'm going to do is just with my right hand kind of pull my hand up here by my head, by my ear. I'm going to go ahead and slide all the way out onto my left side. And then I'm going to bend that right knee even more. I'm going to drop this right elbow over my head. So I could create an even deeper stretch by reaching back with my left hand and then kind of pushing my arms out over my head that way. And you can see what it's doing with that right leg. It's increasing that stretch in the hip flexors as well as the quads. So you just pull however far you need to in order to get that wonderful stretch on the scale of 1 to 10. Again, going for about a 7. So not extreme, not like you feel you're going to rip into it any moment. And please, please, please let me get out of this. Good, and then just relax. And then just let go of the strap. Push yourself up to sit. And then we're just going to do the other side. So swing your legs around over there. Come onto your right hip. And then set that loop over your left foot. And then with your left hand, grab about 2 loops up, and flip that over your head, and come down onto your right hip here. And then come all the way down, and you're going to bring this left hand up here by your head like that, and then rest all the way down. Let this left elbow point over the head that way, and then start to draw the thigh back behind you. If you're able to, grab with your other hand onto the strap, and then just start to push your arms out. So as you do that, it's going to draw this thigh back farther, increasing that quad and hip flexor stretch. Now don't go so far that you feel like pinching and crunching and pain in your low back. You don't want that. You want to just target the muscles right there on the front of your thigh. And then just breathe. Inhale. And then exhale it out. Once again, inhale, breath. And then exhale it out. Good, and then let go. And then using both hands, push yourself up to a sit. And then just take that strap off. Set it right here in front. And I'm going to show you a stretch that you can do for the rotator cuff using the strap. Then I want to show you a stretch that you can do for the rotator cuff using a stick or a golf club or a dowel or, PVC pipe, something like that. But what you want to do is just, we'll do this first one seated. So go ahead and have a sit. And then take your yoga strap with your right hand. Just grab the end or grab that loop. And then flip it over behind you. Left hand, you're going to slip it behind your back. Now, as you drop this down as far as you can, just find wherever you can grab there. Okay, so it's kind of going to be a combination of up this way and down that way. So really, we're going to be stretching triceps as well as this left rotator cuff. So first, push down with your left hand towards the floor behind your hips there. Let that right elbow go up. So you're going to feel a stretch here in those right triceps. Inhale, breath. Exhale. Once again, inhale, breath. And then exhale it out. So now slowly start to push this right hand upwards, and as you do that, it's going to pull this left shoulder into a deeper stretch. Now I am not going to be able to go very far with this side because this is my bad shoulder, but any little bit of stretching, you just kind of want to go right up to the edge of pain, maybe like right underneath it, like right to the ceiling. So as I'm pushing up, like I'm already feeling big time stretch right here, right now. So just breathe, inhale, exhale out. And then maybe a little more push, inhale, and exhale it out. Good, and then just slowly coming out of the stretches as slowly as you go in. Now, right hand is going to come behind my back that way. Left hand, I kind of rotate around like that. Elbow is pointing up. First, I'm going to push down with my right hand towards the floor, right behind my hips here. So I'm feeling a stretch in my triceps. So stay right there, inhale, breath. Exhale, try to push that right hand down a little bit more. Again, inhale, breath. Exhale, push. Now start to push up with that left hand. Notice how it's like I'm twisting my own arm behind my back. So now my hand is kind of sliding up my spine, the back of my hand is, and I'm feeling a wonderful stretch in my rotator cuff on the right. So as I push up, inhale, and then exhale it out. Again, inhale, and then exhale it out. Good, and then just very slowly release. So I know some of you that might not be much because you're able to reach back and, latch your fingers together like that both ways. And that's a good goal. I mean, this is actually one of the measurements that we do in what's called a functional movement screen. So the closer your fingertips are together, the better the score. The further out, like I'm like a million miles apart back there. So I score really bad, but I'm working on it. So I've just got super tight shoulders. All right, so stand up, and if you happen to have a broomstick or a dowel or a golf club nearby, you can do this, but maybe just watch, and I'll do it again tomorrow after our upper body workout because we'll really need a good stretch for the shoulders then. But if you have a stick or a golf club, what you want to do is kind of hold it out here to your right side in your right hand. So I'm actually going to bring my arm in front like that. So my arm's up like that, but the stick is behind my triceps. Then with my thumb going back and my palm up, I'm going to grab it right there. Then I'm going to grab with my left hand right there. So I want my elbow out to the side and even with my shoulder. I don't want it down here or around in front. So the proper start form is shoulder height with your elbow and just a perfect right angle there. And I'm holding on with my fingers right up there at the top. So inhale, breath. On an exhale, I'm going to lift up with my left hand on that stick, and you can see what's happening. It's externally rotating my shoulder. So my arm is going back like that. Great stretch for the rotator cuff. So let's do a little PNF here. On an inhale breath, start to push, 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 like you're trying to throw a ball out in front of you. Exhale, breath, relax. Let it go back. Lift up a little more with that left hand. Once more, inhale, push, 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 push. And then exhale, breath. Lift up with that left hand. Let that arm fall back there. So this is one of those stretches that's just kind of hard to do, hard to get to without some sort of a prop like this. But a much needed stretch. These are these little tiny connecting, solidifying muscles that kind of hold this shoulder girdle intact. Okay, let's do the other side. So left arm, kind of set it up there. Let that stick fall behind, so right against the mid triceps, and then I'm going to grab a hold. Palm is up, thumb is kind of pointing towards my ear. And then my elbow is even with the shoulder. Going to grab right there. I'll do it from the side here. Maybe you can see a little better. So inhale, breath. On an exhale breath, I'm going to lift up with my right hand there. You want to go careful. So on this one, we say, 7 or 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. For these particular muscles, let's just take it to a 4 or a 5, so not so much. because they're very delicate and sensitive. Okay, inhale breath. Start to push forwards like you're throwing a ball. And then exhale, relax. Again, inhale breath, pushing forwards. And then exhale breath, let it fall back, lifting up with that right hand there. Good, and then relax down. And then with a strap or that same stick, you can do a wonderful chest and shoulder stretch here where you reach up, inhale. And then on an exhale, let your elbows bend, let your palms face up, and then just draw those arms back behind you, tuck the tail, lift the chin. Inhale, breath, reach. And then exhale, breath, round. Scoop your belly in, tuck your chin. Good, and then drop it. And then swing it out. And guess what we get to do now? We get to squat forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And then you can leave, but don't leave yet. You can't leave yet. We're gonna go 4 minutes and 45. Hold on, reset. We're gonna go. We're gonna go 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, so grab your ramp if you're gonna use that. Grab your dumbbells if you're gonna use those. If you're gonna do a wall sit, find your wall. And then you're just gonna slide down. You're gonna pull your abs in and just kind of smack your back up against that wall and stay there the whole time that the rest of us are squatting. All right, y'all ready? Let me start my watch. Actually, I've got a timer over here on my laptop. Okay, so get your positioning. Shoulders back and down. Here we go. Inhale breath as you drop down. Exhale up to the top. Sit back and lift. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead. Keep your chest open. Because you're holding weights, there's a tendency to kind of collapse. Don't do that. Try to keep your shoulders back and down. Once again, don't feel like you have to squat all the way. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a quarter squat myself here, but you could go deeper into that squat and lift up. Inhale down, exhale it up. Every time you straighten your legs, it's an awesome opportunity to super flex your quadriceps and your buttocks. Squeeze your cheeks together. Inhale, exhale. Down and up. Inhale, squat. Exhale, straight up. So imagine that string suction to the crown of your head. And every time you straighten your legs and stand up, it's lengthening you straight up to the ceiling there. Inhale, exhale. You could even change your foot position as you go along. So I just now widened my stance a little bit. Kind of open those toes up a bit. Inhale, exhale. All right, halfway there. You got this. Keep going. If you are wall sitting, and if your thighs are on fire, just stand up for a second or two. Slide back down. There's no reason you can't do that. Sometimes we feel like if we can't do the whole shebang, we just quit. But why can't you take a little break for a second or 2 or 10 and then go back? You shouldn't have to quit. Inhale, exhale. Up and down we go. Y'all are gonna be so stinking strong at the end of this month of squatting. What will we do next? I already have an idea. Not telling you. You'll just have to come back next month and see what the challenge is. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead. Maybe even lift that chin up some. Want to get that back nice and straight. Exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. One minute. Come on. You can do this. Up and down we go. I'm getting warm. I can feel myself already breaking a sweat. Woohoo! I like it. Stand it up, squat it down, and up. Inhale, exhale. 30 seconds. Here we go, 4 and 3 and 2. Go back down, pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then push up. Yeah. Woohoo. All right. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good job, everybody. What a way to finish. How you feel? I hope you feel good. Let me know how you like doing squats at the end versus the beginning. Of course, that's fine for yoga, but you probably wouldn't want to do them at the end after leg day, right? So just thought I'd switch it up. Alrighty, so we are done. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Your tip was this, so make sure you get one of these for tomorrow, because tomorrow's upper body, and I really want to go through this stretch again. I just kind of wanted to introduce you to it today. There are some other ones that we can do using a stick or a dowel, so a lot of it's just based in physical therapy, but there's no reason we can't do it as well. We can call it prehab if we're not doing rehab. And then if you want to, you can tell I'm not a golfer. Boom. So your hubbies that golf, go grab one of their putters, one of their this is a driver, this is a wedge. What is this? This is a lob wedge, whatever that means. Okay, so see y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Love you.